Welcome back. Our second semi-final is underway. Earl Strickland against Takeshi Okumura. We can join them with the 10th rack underway. Strickland leads 7-2.
Earl's overhit this. That was another bad positional shot. 2 in a row from him. He's the wrong side of this 6. He wanted to be straight or above it because the 7's the same side of the table.
Well, that's what happens when you spend all your time laying snookers and not time potting.
What he's looking at now is a real tall order. Making the 6, taking the white off the 1 cushion, between the 8 and 9, and back up for the 7.
To within about an inch or 2 of where it is. Oh my Gideon!
Yeah, he knows. That was some effort, that one. His cue ball has been on a string in this match. Only a couple hiccups.
And I thought they stopped public executions in the United Kingdom around about 1731. This is brutal. Pool by Strickland.
Strickland took the 11th rack. Let's go straight to the 12th rack. The score 9-2.
We could be minutes, 5-6 minutes away from Earl booking his place in the final.
It's going to take a good positional shot, though, to get from the 1 to the 3. The 3 is in the open, but he's got to avoid contacting that 8 with the cue ball.
Well, Barry Hearn, heavily organised, involved in organising this, has got a £500 bet at 14-1 on Strickland for the title. I bet he's chuckling quietly.
Wherever he is, he's smiling right now. His horse is coming down the backstretch, and the jockey isn't even using the whip. There's one of the few mistakes that have come from the Pearl, and this one again looks like it's going to be difficult for Okumura to administer any punishment. This was a tough shot. He left that cue ball right over the 8. I said earlier he didn't want to contact the 8, and that took him out of position. I wonder if he's just realized his friends are in the crowd. They blanked him.
Where are your friends when you don't need them?
Well, this 3 isn't available to the top right corner, which would have been the easiest go for Okumura. So if he does take it on, a much more difficult shot, possibly to the left corner that he's looking at now.
What was that scoreline you mentioned in that big tournament they met in a couple of years ago?
Very similar to what you see right now. Well, that's a superb effort. You really have to tip your hat to Okumura there to come in and knock in a ball like that. When he is just, I mean, when was the last time he had a shot that he could attack?
Oh, 50 minutes ago?
Yeah, maybe that 2 that he missed. So this is a great shot given the circumstances. But you know what? I don't think they can be easy enough for him.
He's about as sure-fingered as a blind sniper.
Well, just the wrong side of the 5. Going to be taking the cue ball away from the green 6, which is the next ball that he'll be looking at. So again, a couple choices. He can try and draw this away from the 9 with a lot of spin and take the cue ball back into the open area. Somewhere in here, that's one option. We'll see if that's what he fancies. Well, he's elected to go around to get it into the same area. That'll work.
Yep.
Couldn't tell if he could miss the 9 in playing that 5 like that, but that, again, is a very good effort from Okumura.
So just thinking of his cumulative problems. Not much time playing pots. Ages since he tried a break shot. And needs to string together 6 anyway. Racks.
He's got to pick him up and lay him down in succession here to get back into this. Just showing you where he wants to leave the cue ball, to leave the desired angle on the 8.
Gentle draw.
And I think you'll see some applause very shortly, and Earl Strickland might well be leading it. Well, he's near the 1, but he's got no shot. Well, I say that, no easy shot.
Correct. He's got to come long, but this could. It's such a thin contact that the danger is that it goes into the cush too early and stays out of the pocket. But as Jim says, he's got to be aggressive now. Big time.
I feel he does, Sid. He's got to try and take this moment and turn it into something productive. A player like Strickland or a Bustamante or any of the great young shot makers in the world, they'd go after this one. And so did Okumura. And he's on the 2. In the game of 9 ball, if you get your break working, you can be slotting racks on your side of the score sheet with alarming regularity. He's underhit this. Like to have traveled about another 6-8 inches up towards the middle of the table.
That's right, because the very thin slice means position dodgy. You need a bit of ball contact to work position.
We saw Bustamante run off the last 6 racks against Yang. That's what Okumura needs to put together now. A 6-pack here would put him right back in the hunt.
Sad to say, the beer's been pretty flat up to now.
Just short of pace again. He wanted to be a little further from the cushion and been able to bring that cue ball a little closer to the 6. There's still no cause for concern, though. Everything's there.
World Championship semi-final. Bustamante, the genius from the Philippines, will be relaxing now, easing things out of his mind for the Morris final. Strickland looks to be bound for that final with Busty.
Staring down a 9-4 scoreline when he pockets these last 2.
And so much can go wrong on the break with ricochets. You can work the white beautifully towards mid-table or to one of the sides of the middle. But ricochets can send you wildly out and not leave a shot, even if you do make some balls.
Deposited, 9-4. Not too bad. The only problem ball for Okumura right now is the 3. But that was a very productive break.
But remember the size of the task. There's 5 in it. And Earl only needs 2 racks.
Effectively, Okumura has to beat Strickland 7-1 from this point to win the match. You can see that 3, and he's got no angle on the 2 with which to get that cue ball over towards it. So if he's going to go after it, he's going to be drawing it back to play the bank shot. His only option here is to pull the cue ball back just softly into this area, and that should afford him the bank shot. So he'll be taking this on.
Right, this must not be hit too hard, or else it will deaden the angle. If he plays this medium, it should be fairly easy. Well,
Great
decided
shot.
to develop that orange as well.
This is the sort of player in the form that took out Marcus Shamat in the quarterfinals, but another look at this bank. Again, all shots that he's got to have.
Took the knuckle, but rattled in. Feather cut. Feather it is. Should have no trouble pulling back to 9-5.
If there were any questions raised about this man's character and his ability, those have all been answered. There aren't a lot of players that could have come back having spent so long in their chair, Sid, and produced this kind of pool.
Yeah, in about 50 minutes, all he had to do was 1 aggressive shot and about 7 attempts to escape from snookers. Not the ideal preparation for trying to run 6 or 7 on Earl.
And apparently he's put that bad missed 2 completely out of his mind now. He has the makeup of a former world champion. And he obviously has all the self-belief. But does he have the tools to get back into this? Well, time will tell. This 9 to pull it back to 9-5, and Okumura will be breaking off. Strickland has had nothing to do but sit and watch.
Oh, well, look at that. Unfortunate last-minute roll of the pink, blocking the track to the 1.
Well, you saw his body language tell you exactly what he thought of this finish. But he just stamped the floor in disgust. You just need that little bit of luck, don't you? But watch this. Just stamps the floor. He'd love to have got that 1 into the open.
Well, it can be done. As I say, in this tournament, I remember Archer, Chang of Chinese Taipei running 9 to defeat Johnny Archer some years ago. I remember Meek Eminem getting 6 racks against Davenport when he wanted 7 on the spin.
Also, Reyes, what did he put? About 8 racks together, 9 racks against Bustamante a couple years ago?
Correct.
We've seen it. Now he's
Steve
not.
Davis was 8-2 down to Reyes and won the match.
Well, he elected not to push out, Sid. And I think he went after that 4-7 combination, and that's exactly what Earl Strickland's going to be eyeing up. He may be able to play this one if it is available and take the cue ball towards the 4 and the 7 to guarantee him one of those. That's the combination. That's exactly what he's done.
And how's he landed on the yellow? The crowd applause will tell you. And sweet! There's a bag full of strawberries.
Yes, he couldn't have struck this one any better.
Earl will surely be at the hill. 1 rack to go in about a minute and a half.
Got a nice angle on the 4 just to bring the cue ball back into the middle of the table now. And this is going to be like shelling peas.
So even though he's been sitting down for a little while, Earl, in that thing that's delighted me over the years about him, if they're there to be hit, they're there to be hit. No doubt at all about his own executional, and I mean executional, ability.
Well, at times he can be his own worst enemy. And at other times,
Schizoid, genius. Say schizoid, occasionally it's the thing that Jekyll and Hyde comes out. But it seems to help his play. Sometimes when he unleashes the monster, that's when he plays best. What are you doing with a paradox like that? Watch him. That's what I do. Watch him. Oh, nearly went in off.
well, that was a mishit. And he is very lucky that that cue ball is still on the table. Watch this. Did not intend cannoning the 9 there. And so easily that could have gone wrong. And what a different storyline that might have meant. Well, he's not going to end it here. Not on this visit. He desperately wanted to.
A great opportunity, is there, to kick into a snooker?
And there's the reason why, that reaction. 10-5. Going to be pushing the cue ball into an area of safe. And that's not going to be easy here, for the simple reason that wherever he leaves the cue ball to leave a clear path to that 1 is going to mean that Okumura is going to have a very easy safety, a very aggressive safety that he can play. This is going to be an instance where I'm going to learn something, Sid.
Me too.
Because coming from a snooker background, and I know most of the snooker players that may be watching this, these are the little subtleties in 9-ball. The tactical situations that arise where we just take out the notepad. And he's called the push, and he's pushed into an area where I don't know whether he's left just the edge of the 1 ball out.
I think he can feather flick
If he has,
the edge.
Okumura will take it. If he hasn't, he could put a Strickland back in. But again, look at the 2 and the 7. He's kicking at this, looking to keep the cue ball behind the 2 and the 7. Just like that. And that obviously is what Earl Strickland had in mind. And Okumura read it.
Earl, if he takes these balls, is in tomorrow's final against the great Francisco Bustamante of the Philippines.
Well, once again, he's got to escape this. He has the side cushion to come into the 1. That's one escape path. He's also got the bottom cushion. That would have him bridging over the 7, so I don't see him taking that.
It might just, oh, it might just be on. I think it feathers past the brown, this one.
Well, you should have seen the way Okumura came to the table. He snuck up on that one.
Well, he can't make a full ball hit, I don't think, without swerve.
No, he can't. And to swerve it would kill the pace of the cue ball, and that would mean he wouldn't be on the 2, Sid. So no value in trying to just swerve to make this ball. But it was just funny the way he came in there. He peeked at it, hoping that it was going to develop quietly.
Can he kick at it and leave it beyond the blue, Snooker?
Very risky. And anytime you elect to kick into a ball, when you can see it, it's never easy. The one option that he has is just to fine clip that one ball just on this side and take the cue ball off this cushion and back up the left-hand side. But again, that shot's very risky because you have to avoid the double kiss.
And how does he make angle to bring it more than a foot in so it would hide behind the blue? It's to do that, to actually bring it further over the table for the snooker would be phenomenal.
Well, this is risky. He looks like he's playing the shot I diagrammed. That's the one that offers the highest value if he can complete it successfully, but missing that double kiss, that's got to be what's in his mind. And also worrying about where the one's going to go. If he hits this a little too thick or a little too hard, that one is going to be going off the side cushion and heading right over to the other corner pocket.
He knows that if he gets this wrong, it's his last time to the table in the tournament.
And he doesn't want it to be his last visit, Sid. He's not ready to bow out just yet. He's got a lot of fight left. He just needs the chance to, again, display these qualities.
He's thought about it for about 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
He wants to play that shot. He just can't seem to muster up the courage to do it. But he's queued up twice. If you see him playing a little right-hand spin on that cue ball as he looks, and look at Michaela.
And look at Thomas Elba back at the other end of the pitch.
Has Michaela had enough of this?
The director is also very interested, but there's got to be the balance that is such a vital shot. He could let Earl in to win the match. So I think they're giving him a bit of leeway.
Understandably.
Absolutely.
He's trying it. Watch for the double kiss. He missed it. That's exactly what he had to do. And didn't he reap the rewards there? What an effort.
Sure did.
But watch how close the cue ball is to hitting the one coming back. All that spin. Actually, it wasn't close at all. He played that as well as he could have.
Brilliant shot.
He just had to gather himself to play it. Not the sort of shot that pool players like to play. It's a pretty standard safety, really, on a snooker table, said that shot. Now Earl's looking at the 2-cushion escape. Right in. Side cushion, bottom cushion, and up into the 1. And now Earl's taking a little time.
If Earl Strickland can whistle through these balls, he is in the final tomorrow against Francisco Bustamante.
He's just looking to see what path balls are going to take should he contact them. He does have a 1-cushion escape, too. That's a little tougher. He's looking at the 2. Now he's looking at the 1. Oh, he just changed his mind there. He was always looking at the 2-cushion escape, but he's left the 1 on. And it looks like the 2 may be available. So Earl Strickland not quite able to put the finishing touches on this match. Not yet, anyway.
Well, if he tries to clip this, either the middle or along right, I think he can get position on the blue too.
He's just got to keep the cue ball in the middle of the table. You can see the area, and the 2 is on. He's got quite a window between the two balls here that he's got to clear. So anywhere in the middle of the table accomplishes that. I don't think he's going to be able to get that cue ball very near the 2, and the 3 ball doesn't look like it's available to the bottom corner.
So a lot of work to do.
An awful lot of work to do,
with those
Sid.
3 balls, the 1, 2, and the 3, to keep Earl at bay.
1 into the corner pocket to start it.
Through the window of opportunity now for the blue 2, but this track of this white ball could decide the rack.
He's got to screw right past the 9 here, off the side cushion, and pull it right back. And he didn't get by the 9. They're clapping, but that's not what he wanted. And you can see the reaction.
Yep. Rattle out the pram slightly, bang down the chalk.
And that was an anxious look. And sweaty palm time for Strickland. And this into a very acute angle, and look where he's cueing from. He's just become very good friends with that left cushion.
Well, this is tricky. Could be fateful. Earl just needs the rack. Well, in trying that extremely thin cut, he's... Well, this is very difficult, the cut here, but possible for Strickland, as we see the miss on the middle bag.
That was never easy. Takeshi knew he had a chance.
Right, is position hard with such a thin flick?
Not at all. Look where the 4 is, bottom right.
Exactly.
All he's got to do is make this.
No worry about position at all, as Earl goes for the jugular. And at that pace, see, he tried to empathize the ball into position.
And listen to the applause as it built. As soon as that cue ball came further into the middle of the table, everybody here senses that this is going to be a finishing touch to this match right now. And as that cue ball came into the middle, I also noticed that Okumura slumped back into his chair.
So it looks like we are going to have a real ding-dong, fantastic exhibition of pool in the World Final tomorrow night when Earl takes on Francisco Bustamante. The dream final is going to come true. 2 geniuses, 2 aggressive geniuses. It'll be a fast and furious game. Who'll be in the better stroke? Oh, what a lip smacker, Jim.
This is a final that many will have wanted. 2 of the best players on the planet in the prime of their pool playing careers. Earl Strickland, he knows it. He's there. The final of the World Pool Championship